All right, we're going to welcome you back to the Principals Podcast. This is season 4, episode 7. Episode 7, believe it or not, we have been, I don't even know, this might be 120 some podcasts. Today we're talking about tennis. And it's awesome that we have a group of seniors here that many of you have not seen on the court, on our nice fungus-filled courts down by the softball field in the gravel pit of love next to the pine trees that are filled with bats. They go down there and play tennis. It usually takes like a country hour to play a match because there's 3 courts and there's a lot of matches. So it takes a long time. Whereas if they go to other places, it's probably normal time. It probably takes 90 minutes total. Not here in Chardon. The lights turn on for these girls. We're talking tennis. We have Sydney Nagy. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Awesome to see you. I got to see you not only here in tennis, we could see you in softball. Julianne Sweets, how are you?
I'm good.
Is Henry and Walter bothering you?
No, but I did tell them recently to be quiet.
Nice. Maddie Ashley, how's life in your pink neighborhood? Doing well. We got Amy O'Brien. We usually see her in softball. We also get to see her in tennis. So how's life?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
And we have Josie Lococo. Is that an elephant behind you?
Yes, it is. I have 2 elephants.
Beautiful. And how's things with you today?
Pretty good.
Awesome. You either just came out of the shower or you've been outside.
Yeah, I took a shower.
Okay. Joining us and this is parent-teacher conference night, so we have Mr. Heim in his fine suit there. How you doing? No yo, nothing?
No yo.
Okay.
It's conference night. Got to be professional.
And we have Miss Pavasek, who probably was in a meeting and joined us here also. How are you doing today?
I am fantastic.
All right, so we're talking tennis. Is Zambori joining us?
No, she can't.
Yeah, she can't. She's probably working at the diner. No. Tennis. Tennis is a pretty amazing sport when you get on that court and play it. It is much like all of our sports where it has a combination of individual work and teamwork, and then total teamwork for how your team goes. Many of you have played tennis for many years, and some of you picked it up during your high school years and became pretty good at it because of the eye-hand coordination that goes with it. Who's played the longest? Juliana, are you the longest player? No, Maddie Ashley, you are?
Yeah,
all right. So Maddie, is your microphone on? We don't hear you. Let's see if you can get it on.
Is it working now?
Perfect. How long have you played the game of tennis?
I think like 7 or 8 years.
7 or 8 years. Julianne, are you somewhere in that world?
Yeah.
And the next person, I think, because your mom played, is Amy O'Brien.
Yeah.
Mom played tennis, and she was a collegiate tennis player, right?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Sydney and Josie, you came a part of it because of eye-hand coordination because of softball, but you've been doing it for at least 3 or 4 years.
Yep.
All right, so we have a lot of seasoned tennis players here who are athletes who are very good at eye-hand coordination. How long is Zambori? 3 to 4 years?
Her probably like 5. She played in
years?
like 7th grade through now.
Okay. Do you have team captains, or all of you tend to take on leadership roles?
Jules is the team captain.
Yeah.
Julianne Sweet. All right. So I'll start with Julianne.
Mm-hmm.
What were some of the team goals this year?
Well, I would say one big goal is to get either first or second tomorrow. We're hoping for first, but Kenston will definitely be a tough for us, like tough competition. But also just, I don't know, we're hoping to do well in sectionals and hope, like last year Maddie made it to districts. So hopefully this year we can have maybe a few of us make it to districts. That would be awesome.
It's been a long time since we've had a tennis athlete actually make it to states.
Yeah, it's
I was
really
over
hard.
at NDCL when that took place, where we had several years, and it might have been we definitely had a boy that was going for many years. I'm not sure if we had a girl, but I don't want us listeners to push away the tennis as a sport on our district, even though we only have 3 courts and they're tucked in the Batwoods. Tennis has a group of fans. Tennis is like golf, where it is like one of those where you have
D-Rob
fans usually
come.
sends groups over for extra credit to come support you. Has he done that this year? Have you had some D-Rob people?
No.
I don't know.
He's failing his work in that department. Those of you that like to come watch tennis, especially at the home courts, there's that nice hillside where you can kind of see a lot going on. If you get in the woods, you might get bit up. Every single one of you girls have to wash your cars after every match if you drive down there, or you have to like pressure wash your shoes because of how gross the walk is down there. Where is tomorrow's WRC at?
Kenston.
Kenston, and they have what, 6 courts?
They have
8.
They have 8.
they have a lot.
Mhm.
8 courts. We only have 6 teams in our conference, right?
Mhm.
So we can get a lot of tennis going on. So I think tomorrow the weather is supposed to be better. Probably going to still be a little bit chilly, but at least you can play tennis.
Yeah.
Who goes singles in this group? So Julianne, Amy, and Maddie are singles, and Josie and Sydney, you're doubles.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And what is Zambori?
Doubles.
She's doubles.
Double?
Her and Skylar are doubles. Yeah.
Okay. That's exciting. Tomorrow, what time does this begin?
Early.
Like we have to be there at 7:15.
7:15, and it's going to go pretty much all day.
Yeah.
You're going to see me at some point coming over there because the match that I scheduled myself to go to, I drove down to the tennis courts and I said, okay, there's Sydney Nagy's Bronco. Then I'm like, there are no tennis players, and it got moved that day to another place, which was literally like 2 weeks ago. How many matches on our courts have been canceled?
A lot.
A
A
lot.
lot.
I feel like we
And
only had like
sometimes-
2 matches at Chardon.
Yeah. We
Yeah,
barely
we
had
had any home matches.
What's crazy is some of your matches that have been canceled at Chardon, it was on a sunny day. It just maybe drizzled in the morning, but there's so much or I should say shade down there. They just can't dry. So, I used to play tennis, not for any sort of team, but every summer I used to go down to those courts with my brother, along with another older one of his friends, and we would go and literally all day long play tennis. Got pretty darn good at the game. For those of you that play softball, have you seen your sports translate to each other to an extent?
Yeah, I would say so, maybe.
Yeah, I
Besides,
agree.
wanting to drop bombs and hit it over the fence, you have to have your hand at a certain angle and you have to turn over so that you can get that top spin. Some of you do any of you do any swing where you try to get a backspin on the ball, like a short loft that kind of on a return more so?
Maddie.
Maddie does that soft
Yeah.
loft. Well, Miss Pavasek, have you ever played tennis?
I play completely for fun, so I like to play around, but I don't know any of the rules. So I loved coming to the game and watching you guys play and seeing how it occurs when you really play, when you officially play.
Who has the fastest serve?
Julianne.
It's Julianne.
Julianne? Okay. Who has the craftiest serve?
Maybe
they're
Anna.
able to
maybe
switch it up.
maybe Anna.
Anna's new this year. She's
She's my
she does classes from home, but
Okay.
Yeah.
Which one of this group is the biggest competitor? Like they have it with their attitude on the court. That I'm not negative.
Sid.
Sydney or Maddie. Sydney or
You're mad at- Okay. And which school, since you don't ever have officials there, you're your own officials.
It is so interesting, by the way.
Yes,
I was
that
excited.
who's the sketchiest team that we play
Good
that
question.
is the one that's like that was in, that was out.
NDCL.
Of
NDCL.
course,
That's a
Mary's
good
down
one.
the road.
So what does happen when
Very.
you have those situations where you don't agree? Who decides? The coaches?
No, it's up to
No.
whoever calls it. But
Yeah.
like you can question them and be like, "Are you sure about that call?"
And you can also have the coach like line call after that. Like you can ask the coach to line call for a few points, but the other player makes the final call who like calls the ball. Whoever calls the ball, yeah.
I'm very interested, and I'm going to pass the torch over to everyone else. I'm very interested in if, like, this is kind of one of those awesome years with watching professional tennis because there's so much going on with like retirements, major professional athletes that have done this since they were way before our ages are finally calling it quits after multiple majors, etc. Does anyone have a favorite tennis athlete that they kind of are always looking up to?
Naomi Osaka.
Nice. I don't know that tennis player.
I
I'm being
don't.
honest.
She was world number one for a while. She's won 4 majors.
That's awesome. And now I can recall probably seeing her face. Julianne, do you have a favorite tennis player?
Maybe Roger Federer.
Roger Federer. Sydney, do you have any?
I really like Naomi. I also like Serena.
She's a baller out there for sure.
Yeah.
Josie, do you have a favorite one?
Probably Serena.
Gee,
Yeah.
her and her sister are phenomenal. Did anyone watch that movie that came out with about them? It's pretty good. It was actually a really well done movie. And then Miss O'Brien.
I'd probably go with Serena too. I don't really know a ton of tennis players, but I like Serena.
It's kind of like golf and kind of like race car driving. You know, like the top 5
Yeah.
that are and they've been doing it forever. Unless you're really into the game and you start looking at some of these collegiate kids coming through and they're somewhat amateurs. Years ago, Mr. Robertson used to take kids down to like Cincinnati to watch, professionals play. Have you done that anytime recently?
We did our freshman
We did
year.
it freshman year.
Freshman year? Okay. That's pretty awesome to watch. And I don't want to take away from Mr. Heim because he's going to do chicken and steak, which will probably get into various types of, I would say, surfaces. So, Mr. Heim, do you have any questions for them before you begin your game?
Well, of course, we always start with math. So,
Oh, geez.
can you guys explain a little bit about the scoring system? The 0, the love, the 15, the 40, the deuce, the advantage. Because it's important to educate our public. Because if someone went into math class and said 0, 15, 40, they wouldn't do so well. So can you guys explain that to us?
Josie.
So there's no 0. It's love.
Oh.
And then you go, it's love, 15, 30, 40. And then if you both have 40, you call it deuce. And then after deuce, you have to add in, which is like advantage in, or add out. But you either win the point or lose the point, and then you go do another point after that, and then you determine who wins or not.
So is the object to make it as confusing as you possibly can so people don't know who's winning or losing? Or can you tell us a little bit about that?
If you play, you pretty much understand, so it's not confusing to us, but to other people it might be a little bit confusing.
Well, there's many different surfaces that tennis is played on. Around here, we play in the mud. I mean, it's just what you guys deal with down there. But they wouldn't say mud; they would say clay, the hard surface, and then grass. Have you guys played on any surfaces other than the mud down that we have at our tennis courts?
Clay, not grass.
Yeah, I played on clay also, but not grass either.
Kirtland Country Club has a beautiful clay surface. I don't know if you've ever played there. I used to manicure them. They were very nice.
Shoes would be dirty. That's what I'm afraid of. So, ladies, you guys have your favorite players, and different players play well on different surfaces. If you could go to one event and play on that in that environment, let's say down under at Australian Open or Roland Garros on the clay or Wimbledon on the grass or the wonderful U.S. Opens, where would you guys want to play?
I like the hard surface best.
So you'd want to play at the U.S. Open?
Yeah.
Okay, so we have a U.S. Open. No one else wants to play?
I think I'd go with U.S. Open too. Yeah.
I'd go with U.S. Open, yeah.
But you'd want to play at night, right? In that raucous crowd in New York where they're going crazy?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. No one wants to play in Wimbledon and have a little bit of, tea with the royal family? No one wants that? Well, they're a talkative crew here, Mr. Murray. I'll tell you. This episode might be over real quick. We're not sure where we're getting with this. Steak, then. We're gonna have to just get the chicken and steak. I mean, that's what honestly, that's what they were looking forward to. Backed by popular demand, chicken and steak. So, are you guys ready? I'm gonna throw some at you. Have a little fun with this. Please jump in and talk over each other. That makes it a little bit on the fun side. Because if Mr. Murray and Ms. Pevsik have to do all the talking, we'll lose even more viewers. So if you guys can jump in, that might help our ratings. Because right now our ratings is a 1-star. We're trying to get up to a 2-star by the end of the year.
We're going to have Tom O'Brien watching this, and he's going to give us play-by-play.
Probably wouldn't know how to join this.
He's not very – does he still have a flip phone?
No, he does not have a flip phone. He finally advanced to a real phone.
We should have him join. What is he doing? Is he running? Is he swimming? What is he doing?
He's not home, so I don't know. He could be doing anything.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Little chicken or steak, jump in. I'm all over the map today. So here we go. Would you rather have 1 wish granted now or 3 wishes granted in 10 years?
3 in 10 years.
3 in 10 years.
3.
Yeah, 3.
I'd probably go with 3 too.
Now, how many of those 3 wishes involve money?
Maybe 1.
1.
Just 1, yeah.
Just 1. That's good. That's good. Would you rather have all the money you could ever want or never get sick again?
Um,
Look at that. I stumped him already, Murray.
That's a good question.
Well, if you had all the money, couldn't you get a cure?
Yeah, I'd pick money probably.
Yeah, money.
I would
That is
pick money.
They're too
Well,
smart.
how sick are we talking? Like a cold or sick?
Oh, wow. Look at that. We're talking semantics now. Oh, my goodness.
Depth
Here we
of
go.
knowledge question 3.
Yeah. Here we go. Hey, real quick. Would you rather talk to animals or be able to speak 5 languages?
Animals.
Animals.
Yeah, probably animals.
There you go, Murray. We don't need the other languages. Just the one. That's all we need. The mother language. Would you rather have a flying car or would you rather have a personal robot at home?
Flying car.
Flying
car. I feel like you can't trust robots.
No.
Hey, where would you park that flying car? Here in our wonderful student lot, or would you ask for special parking?
I just have it hover.
Yeah, on the roof. Park it on the roof.
Put it on the roof. Yeah, we got a new roof now, so I'd have to talk to Mr. Kolf. We'll see if we can get parking passes up on the roof. Not sure how that would go.
It's flat.
It is flat. Well, we'll see. Would you rather meet a dinosaur or would you rather meet an alien?
Alien.
Mm,
Dinosaur.
What do you say to a dinosaur?
Don't eat me.
Joke coming. Is there a joke coming?
Oh boy. All right. I got two left for you. And they're about a little bit about personal hygiene. And I know you ladies will have the best answer. Would you rather have body odor or bad breath?
Oh,
I feel like
Bad breath. 'Cause you
bad
can,
breath.
you have
I feel
gushing
like
teeth.
you can keep that down.
you can close your mouth.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
The real
No,
question
no
is,
French.
where's
No
Zambori
French
for
here
their
at Chardon
cancer?
High School, right? No French. Keep it away from the French. Okay. Yeah, inside joke there. Okay, last one, and I'm turning it over. Would you rather have would you rather be, I should get this right, would you rather be super hairy or no hair at all?
No hair.
No
No
hair.
hair at all.
Murray.
Murray, you're becoming extremely popular here. Extremely popular. A little chicken and steak for you fellows and ladies out there who are watching us. There's not many, but hopefully few more after today's episode.
Mary Pat, do you have any questions for them? I mean, you were asking more of the specifics of the game, but do you have anything that you want to share? I mean, you watch this sport.
So with it being your senior years, what would you say has been the highlight of your final tennis season?
It's a good question.
I thought we had a good last practice before WRC. Yesterday, we were lucky enough to be able to play indoors while it rained. So I thought we all were like really focused and like excited to play in the WRC and sectionals.
Maddie made some really good cheesecake for yesterday's practice.
Oh, that's true too.
Really good cheesecake.
Other highlights?
I don't know. I feel like WRC and sectionals are always my favorite time of the season. So I feel like that's probably going to be my favorite part this year.
Yeah, probably same. Like we get to spend all day together, even though it's long. We get to spend all day together and like bond and everything like that.
Yeah. I would say senior night, even though it was kind of sad because we had to do it indoors. I think it's like a special like thing to celebrate all the seniors. So I think that was like a highlight too.
Yeah, definitely.
You had some nice cookies in that space. Tons of food for sure.
Yes.
We're
It
good.
was great to see all of you in there. We're at this point in the podcast where you can share some gratitude. So I want you to think about that. Someone you want to give a shout out to before we get there. Where do you have indoor practice?
We played at Mayfield Racket Club. The assistant coach has a membership there, and she was able to get us 2 courts. So that was
That's
nice.
awesome.
Yeah.
Anytime that you can practice just in general is huge when it comes to tennis because most places are outdoor sports. So that's great. That's huge. That's a one step up for you coming into tomorrow. All right, gratitude time. Someone you want to give gratitude. I know it's a short week, but you can talk about giving gratitude to anyone. It could be your parents, it could be a teacher, it could be your brother or sister, you name it.
I'd like to give gratitude to Julianne because she's been the team captain for the past 2 years, and she just always has like a positive, uplifting attitude, and she brings everyone up, and she's just always like joking around. And I get to play doubles with her at sectionals, and it's always a blast playing with her because she's just
Yes,
it's so
Amy,
fun. She's
Amy,
a great
I was
leader.
gonna say the same answer, but I was gonna say you because I'm so like happy that I get to play doubles with you at sectional, and I'm so excited.
It's gonna be a lot of fun. But yeah, she's a great leader and a great captain. So I want to give a shout out.
Thank you, Amy.
I'm going to shout out my doubles partner, Anna, because it's our first year playing together, but I think we've had a really successful season together. And I know tomorrow we have a really big day coming up, and we're hoping to come out on top for WRC for doubles. So.
Yeah.
I'd like to give a shout out probably to D-Rob just because he's the reason I started playing and stuck with it. And he was always really good about keeping us like playing and giving us like programs and hitting over the summer to practice. So, and he also was like my coach freshman year, so it was like kind of a special time for me too, because it was my first year like actually playing in high school.
I'm gonna give a shout out to Julianne because she really helped me when I was like first learning tennis. Like I was really bad, so she really helped me like become like the player I am now. So thank you for that, Jules.
Thank you, Josie.
Yeah.
I can think of no better group than give you a shout out. Your tennis team, the relationships that you've formed, that bonding is obviously not just tomorrow. It's already happened over years, and you're giving shout outs to each other. And you don't get enough love and support. Like when you come to Chardon, everyone's like, oh, look at the football team. Oh, look, check out the band. You know, oh my gosh, the baseball team won a state championship. They're not saying, oh my gosh, have you seen that tennis match? Like they're just not doing it. Now, if we were in Florida, they'd be doing that because they can play year round. Now, they currently can't play because they're having terrible weather. But I want to give you a shout out because you need love too. And you have dynamic group of teammates and a pretty solid coach that knows what they're doing. And you don't get enough support. You're not getting enough announcements. I'm not like making a highlight video for you guys, although it would be pretty sweet to do a
Is that a pun?
tennis
Mr.
highlight
Murray?
video.
Well,
Is that a pun, Mr. Murray? Be very sweet.
Oh yes,
Oh.
there's so many of them.
hey, Murray, I think the or not the golf team, the girls tennis team is the only team coached by a former pro athlete here at Chardon High School.
See?
That's pretty amazing.
We're cool.
Not Chad Morowski.
I don't think he was
Not-
professional.
no.
He's professional in other things, but not in basketball.
Yeah. What about Mr. Heim, Miss Pavasek? You want to give shout outs?
I'll go. So I want to continue on with Mr. Murray's. I just learned so much about tennis, but what I love about you girls, so although tennis is an individual sport, right? I guess you have your doubles individual, you're still such a great team. So your ability to connect together and how much you appreciate one another and the family nature by which you guys operate, I think that's such a great example for all athletes, for a school. So big shout out to you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
So I'm going to tie in the girls, but I'm going to start first with a shout out to the boys golf team. They were our first team this year to win a league title. Shout out to Al Kanisha for leading those boys to that title. And then with that, you're looking and hearing the second group of students who are going to win a league title, and that's tomorrow with our girls going into action to win
Yes.
a WRC Girls
Woo.
Tennis Championship. Good luck, girls.
That is awesome.
Thank you.
Think about this. We don't have like all of the seniors here, but you're going to graduate a ton of tennis players. So
Yeah.
the recruiting group is going to have to go hardcore. Now, Julianne, I know you do some stuff at the middle school, right? Like
Yeah.
little groups.
Mm-hmm.
And there, we don't have a ton of courts around here. We have the courts down the hill, and we have the courts in Munson.
Yeah, it's
Um,
kind of hard because like coaching the middle school team, it's hard because the boys high school team is also in season, and of course they have priority of the courts, so that kind of makes it tricky. But yeah,
I just have one last question. Who has the nicest courts in the WRC?
Kenston.
Kenton,
Kenston.
they just got them redone like last year, I think.
yeah.
They have the most too. I don't think
Yeah.
anyone else has 8 courts.
Where are their courts? Are they closer to the main building, or are they not?
They're like
That's
they're
a-
like a football field.
Yeah, they're like right behind it.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just trying to picture because they have when you pull in, depending on what they have 3 access points to that place. They have all these fields. They have the school, and then obviously the football field. They have the baseball and softball field, but they have another softball field in the front, and then they have the elementary schools and then the middle school. And I think it's closer to the middle school, high school, is those tennis courts. Obviously that's a new building, so they designed it that way. Someday we are going to have the class of 23 tennis courts here at Chardon High School. We have to. We need more courts.
Will that be for their 25th reunion or their 50th reunion, Mr. Murray?
Yeah, and there'll probably be another suite in our building because they just won't graduate. There's 100 of them. So who's Rosemary is the last one?
Yeah.
And she's in 7th?
6th grade.
6th grade. Oh, we got a
Yeah.
couple years.
Yeah.
And the one thing you will always find with the suites is they have rosy cheeks. They all of them do. And I think it's from your dad,
Yeah.
although it's covered with a beard.
Probably.
Girl, thank you for joining us during parent-teacher conferences. It was
Thank you for having
enjoyable.
us.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
I love
And-
tomorrow.
Yeah, good luck
Thank
tomorrow.
you.
I'll see you
Thank you.
tomorrow on the courts. I will be
Yay.
your super fan.
Sounds good.
All right. Thanks for joining us. And as always, go Toppers.
Thank
you.
Go
you.
Toppers.
Thank
Go
you.
Toppers.
Bye.
Mhm.